The first legs of the Champions League quarterfinals are over. Some surprises, some expected wins. But the real question is, who will go through to the semifinals? In the previous video, our AIs made their predictions for the first matches of the UEFA Champions League. Now it's time to compare the real results with the predictions from our AIs. The results from the first legs of the Champions League quarterfinals. And what a night of football it was. At the Emirates, Arsenal stunned giants Real Madrid with a commanding 3-0 victory. The Gunners firing on all cylinders in front of a roaring home crowd. Over in Munich, Inter pulled off a brilliant comeback to edge past Bayern 2-1. A gutsy performance from the Nerazzurri, who refused to lie down. And in Paris, PSG outclassed Aston Villa 3-1 in a pulsating tie, with the Parisians showing their firepower to take a healthy advantage into the second leg. Meanwhile, Barcelona ran riot at Camp Nou, dismantling Borussia Dortmund with a thumping 4-0 win. Total domination from Flick's men. Right then, time to shift our focus to the predictions. Let's see which of our AIs came closest to calling it right, and who's left scratching their virtual heads after those results. We'll be judging our AI pundits on two fronts, much like evaluating a top ref's decision-making on a big night. First up, outcome accuracy. Did the AI back the right horse? A correct winner or spot-on draw earns points on the board. Then there's score accuracy. How close did the prediction come to the actual scoreline? Here's the scoring system. 2 points for nailing the result, an extra 1 point for getting the exact score bang on, and a handy 0.5 for a near miss, like the right goal difference or getting one side's tally right. Let the number crunching begin. Let's kick things off at the Emirates, where Arsenal delivered a masterclass and swept aside Real Madrid with a stunning 3-0 win. ChatGPT had its finger on the pulse, predicting an Arsenal victory at 2-1. Outcome correct, 2 points. Scoreline slightly off but not a million miles away. Partial credit for a close goal margin, 0.5 points. Total, 2.5 points. DeepSeek sang from the same hymn sheet. Also went for a 2-1 Arsenal win. Outcome correct, 2 points. Score not quite there, but again, close enough for a nudge. 0.5 points. Total, 2.5 points. Grok, meanwhile, put its chips on Real Madrid with a 2-1 prediction in favor of Los Blancos. Completely off the mark. No points for backing the wrong side. Total, 0 points. A strong start for ChatGPT and DeepSeek. But Grok's campaign begins with a stumble. Off to Munich now, where Inter turned the tables and pulled off a dramatic 2-1 comeback against Bayern, a result few saw coming. ChatGPT backed the Bavarians with a 2-1 win prediction. Wrong team, wrong outcome. No joy here. Total, 0 points. DeepSeek went even bolder, tipping Bayern to cruise at 3-1. Also wide of the mark, nothing doing. Total, 0 points. Grok, echoing ChatGPT, also fancied a 2-1 Bayern win. And again, no dice. All three AIs caught flat-footed. Total, 0 points. No points on the board from this one. Inter's surprise triumph leaves the AIs scratching their silicon heads. Onto the City of Light, where PSG turned on the style and brushed aside Aston Villa 3-1. A result that had a couple of AIs grinning like smug pundits. ChatGPT was bang on the money, calling a 3-1 win for the Parisians. Spot on outcome, 2 points. Nailed the scoreline too, a bonus point for the precision. Total, 3 points. DeepSeek also backed PSG, predicting a 3-0 victory. Correct outcome, 2 points. Just missed the Villa consolation, but got PSG's goals right. Earns 0.5 points for that. Total, 2.5 points. Grok, to its credit, matched ChatGPT blow for blow with a perfect 3-1 prediction. Right result, 2 points. Right scoreline, 1 more for accuracy. Total, 3 points. Strong showings here. ChatGPT and Grok both hit the jackpot, while DeepSeek wasn't far off the mark. Over to the Camp Nou, where Barcelona put on a footballing clinic and dismantled Dortmund with a ruthless 4-0 display. A statement win if there ever was one. ChatGPT went for a 2-1 Barcelona victory. Correct winner, 2 points in the bag. Scoreline off the mark, no bonus here. Total, 2 points. DeepSeek called a 2-0 win for Barca. Right outcome, 2 points. Got the clean sheet spot on. and a solid goal margin, earns a tidy 0.5 extra. Total, 2.5 points. Grok predicted a tighter affair, backing Barcelona to edge it 3-2. Correct outcome, 2 points. No match on the scoreline. Dortmund never got a sniff. Total, 2 points. So, while Barcelona ran riot on the pitch, DeepSeek edges ahead in the prediction game with a bit of defensive insight. Final whistle, total scores are in. And after 4 fiery fixtures, here's how the AI table shapes up. ChatGPT bags. 2.5 from Arsenal versus Real 0 from Bayern versus Inter. A perfect 3 from PSG versus Villa. 2 from Barca versus Dortmund. Grand total, 7.5 points. DeepSeek matches the pace. 2.5 from Arsenal, 0 from Bayern, 2.5 from PSG, 2.5 from Barca. Grand total, 7.5 points. Grok trails just behind. 0 from Arsenal, 0 from Bayern, 3 from PSG, 2 from Barca. Grand total, 5 points. Right then, it's time to fire up the engines once more. Can our AI analysts, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Grok, crack the code and predict who will be booking their tickets to the Champions League semi-finals? We'll feed them the latest data, give them a clean sheet to work with, and see which one can read the game like a seasoned pro. Let the simulations begin. The analysis is in, the algorithms have spoken, and the virtual pundits have made their calls. Our AIs have crunched the numbers and locked in their predictions. Now it's time to reveal what they're forecasting for the road to the semi-finals. Let's see who they're backing and who they think will be heading for the exit door. Right then, let's see what ChatGPT has cooked up this time. The virtual tactician has run the numbers and made its picks. Time to lift the lid on its predictions for who's heading to the semi-finals. ChatGPT backed Real Madrid to take the win on the night, and to be fair, it called that part right. Los Blancos did manage a 2-0 victory at the Bernabeu. Match score, Real Madrid 2-0 Arsenal. But here's the kicker. On aggregate, it finishes 3-2 in favor of Arsenal, and it's the Gunners who march on to the semi-finals. ChatGPT threw its support behind Bayern, and this time, the prediction hit the mark. Match score, 2-0 aggregate score, 3-2 in Bayern's favor. And the German Giants are through to the semi-finals. Aston Villa versus PSG. Second leg at Villa Park. Match score, 2-1. Aggregate score, 5-2 on the night. And it's PSG who cruise into the semi-finals. Dortmund versus Barcelona. Second leg at Signal Iduna Park. Match score, 2-0. Aggregate score, a dominant 6-0 for Barca, who sail into the semi-finals without breaking a sweat. Now then, let's turn our attention to DeepSeek. The analytical powerhouse has run its simulations and made its calls. Real Madrid versus Arsenal. Battle at the Bernabeu. DeepSeek tipped Real Madrid to come out on top. And indeed, Los Blancos did take the second leg with a 2-1 win. Aggregate score, 4-2 to Arsenal. And it's the Gunners who go marching into the semi-finals. Inter versus Bayern. Thriller at the San Siro. Match score, 2-2. Aggregate score, 4-3 to Inter. And it's the Nerazzurri who book their place in the semi-finals. Aston Villa versus PSG. Business as usual for the Parisians. Match score, 2-1. Aggregate score, 5-2 on aggregate. And PSG cruise into the semi-finals without much fuss. Dortmund versus Barcelona. Second leg in Germany. Match score, 1-1. Aggregate score, 5-1 to Barcelona, who comfortably advanced to the semi-finals. And now it's over to Grok, the wild card of our AI trio. It's crunched the numbers, run the simulations, and now it's time to see whether Grok's predictions hit the mark or go wide of the post. Let's see what it's forecasting for the semi-final shakeup. Real Madrid versus Arsenal. Drama under the lights at the Bernabeu. Grok backed Real Madrid to pull off the win. And on the night, they did just that with a 2-1 victory. But the aggregate tells the real story. 4-2 to Arsenal, and it's the Gunners who march into the semi-finals. Inter versus Bayern, a Bavarian comeback in Milan. Match score, 2-0. Aggregate score, 3-2 to Bayern, who complete the turnaround and storm into the semi-finals. Aston Villa versus PSG. Spirited fight at Villa Park. Grok predicted a share of the spoils, and it wasn't far off, as the match ended in a lively 2-2 draw. Aggregate score 5-3 to PSG, who march into the semi-finals with confidence and class. Dortmund versus Barcelona, a flicker of pride in the Ruhr. Grok rolled the dice on a Dortmund win, and the Germans did manage to grab a 2-1 victory on the night. But the aggregate 5-2 to Barcelona, who cruise into the semi-finals despite the minor stumble. Now it's over to you, fans. Drop your predictions in the comments. Who do you think will make it to the semi-finals? And more importantly, which AI's crystal ball do you trust the most? ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or Grok? And if you're enjoying the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell icon so you're first in line for our semi-final predictions. The road to the final is heating up. You won't want to miss it.